vacations are gonna end up soon, just about 1 week left. So, for spending this week and for making it memorable, I decided to look up to my grandfather. He's actually my mother's maternal uncle who lives in another town. He is indeed a very humble person and very well organized by nature. I asked my cousin to come along and pay a visit to him. She eventually came along and we drove to our destination. Although Grandpa lives in a town, but his house is located at a very unusual place. I mean, the place is a bit away from the city center, nearby a forest, though the forest isn't much dark and scary. Yeah, people have houses there, but a very few. The area is very quiet. It has many roads, that's why sometimes I get confused for where to go. When we reached his house and stepped out, I felt very much at home. My grandpa was waiting for us at his entrance while swinging in his rocking chair and reading the newspaper. His house was very wonderful, though it is not that big. He had decorated his garden with varied shrubs and flowers. There were big trees too. He had also fixed some lights around his house. Everything was well managed. Even the corners where people literally do not notice much were well decorated. He had installed a small fountain in the middle. It was shaped with bamboo and pot made of stone. There was also a swing in the balcony. Grandpa greeted us warmly. His warm hospitality is known to all. Well, then we entered his house. I was thrilled by its beauty. I couldn't control myself and asked Grandpa that how he managed all this so well. He bursted into laughter and told me that he had hired a housekeeper who helped him manage all the work. Grandpa then led us to our rooms and asked us to get fresh and after that downstairs to the dining room. Every little thing in his house was perfectly organized. Oh, did I forget to tell that Grandpa is very close to his family and friends? He has the contact numbers of all his friends, even those of his childhood. Every year he held a great get-together party at his house, inviting all his friends. He was also very fond of clicking photos. He had a wall full of pictures in his house. After finishing our lunch, we urged him for showing us his album. He handed us an album of his college days. We were very excited seeing all his photos. Then at last there was a photo, maybe, of their reunion. I was asking Grandpa all the names of his friends. Grandpa introduced me to them. Suddenly, Grandpa stopped. He was looking confused. I asked Grandpa what was the matter. Grandpa pointed at a person in the picture. He said that how did that person get into the picture for he had passed away 5 months ago the picture had been clicked. And for more confirmation he checked the date behind the photo when the photo was clicked. It showed the same year and month that of Grandpa's statements. Grandpa thought that it was an illusion and ignored it. But his heart knew it wasn't. The next afternoon, Grandpa took us to the playground where he used to play when he was small. Even during his college days, he used to walk there and spend time with his friends. While walking, he found a tree where he used to sit, not on the tree, but under it. He told us that the person whose picture we had seen, the one who had passed away, used to come there too. Suddenly, he found a tie hanging there and recognized that to be of that friend's. But Grandpa didn't think it was there before. For a moment, he thought, was someone playing prank on him? This thought changed very soon when he noticed a face very familiar in the crowd while we were passing by the market. Do you know who it was? It was Grandpa's friend who had passed away during their college days. Grandpa's hands froze and started to shake while he stared at the face. For a moment, Grandpa looked at the ground. Tears started streaming from his face. And when he turned to see the face again, he didn't find him. He had disappeared. That night, Grandpa couldn't sleep. We informed his housekeeper about the incident and asked him to take good care of him, for we had to leave the place the next day. For the first time, I understood that spirits visit their loved ones even after many years.